Hi, welcome to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to show you the behind the scenes of how I created this look right here. If you're new to my channel and not yet subscribed, I invite you to subscribe, also like this video and share it with your friends. This video was inspired by my friend Kim's Instagram Color Collab. Every week she puts out a color collab and several people come and join. They choose a color palette that she's put out there and create a look based on that color palette. And so the one that I've created here is one of her beach color collabs that I've decided to join. And so very beachy, blue, teal, and green. So I am taking you behind the scenes on kind of my thought process a little bit of what I've decided to create and then kind of follow along to create this look. I hope that you'll stick around and watch me create this eye look. I really love the way it came out. I don't always use blue and greens, but I think it really came out really pretty, and I hope that you think the same thing. But yeah, let's get started on this beachy color collab look. It's been quite a few months since I've done one of these collabs, and how I process doing these collabs is I look at all the different options and I take out a few palettes that I think would match some of those options, and then I start swatching them. So I'm going to do that on camera and go over what I'll be swatching, and I'm just going to be swatching some on my arm. And I might do a little view on my phone to pop up as we go. Clearly they're all beach scenes, so I pulled out a bunch of bluish toned palettes. Now some of them have green, and now that I think of it, I don't know that I pulled out anything with green. I may have to choose something that's more blue, or I may pull out a green palette. We'll see. Okay, now that I'm all swatched up everywhere, starting to get it here. I don't even know how to get this all in view. You see my arm? Look at that mess. Okay, so I'm going to assess the colors that I have, match the pictures, and we will create a beachy look together. Okay, so I've zoomed you in a little bit closer. I hope it's close enough for you to get an idea of what we're working with here. So I'm going to try my best to stay in frame for this part of the video. As always, I'll tell you what palette I'm using and then put a picture up on the corner somewhere. I can't promise it's going to be up on, it's usually on my right hand corner, but depending on how it looks with this zoom in a little bit, I may move it around somewhere on the screen. But either way, there will be an image of the color that I'm using. I've re-swatched some colors, and so this kind of looks like the color story that I will be using on my eyes. And I have no idea exactly what I'm going to do with this, but that's the fun of these color collab looks. So first, dipping into my Morphe E27, I'm going to use my Morphe 35S Sweet Oasis palette, and I'm dipping into the color Alfresco, and I'm just going to smooth that out almost all over, actually probably all over, so that hopefully the colors will blend in seamlessly. Now this kind of looked like one of the colors that I wanted to use, but now that I'm looking at it, it may not be as pinky of a tone. So I'm going to also dip into my BH Cosmetics Avocado Toast palette into the color Pink Salt using the same brush, but this one I'm going to concentrate in the crease. We're going to stick to this palette, the Avocado Toast. I'm going to dip into the color Ripe, and I'll be using my Morphe M433. Okay, I'm going to use my ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in Coconut. I don't know if this color is still available. It's quite an old color for me. I've had it for a long time, so I don't know if they still have this color. Oh, I'm using a Morphe E28. Time out. Since my face, I already applied my foundation, I'm going to apply some powder underneath just to make sure there's a little bit of fallout coming down onto my cheeks. And so to kind of avoid messing up the rest of my makeup, I'm going to apply some powder. So just give me 1 second. So that's not a scary look at all. Okay. All right, now that we have powder all over my, you know, girls here, let's get back into it. I'm going to use my finger a little bit to intensify the color and then use that brush to blend it out. Okay, I'm going back into my Morphe M433 and dipping back into Ripe a little bit, and I'm going to blend those colors together. Okay, now dipping into Ibiza. It's another ColourPop Super Shock Shadow. I'm going to dip my finger into this. Similar to the other color, Super Shock, I don't know if they still have this color. So I'm placing this in the middle of this halo eye look that I've decided to do here. And then using this very old, large shadow brush. I don't know what brand it is. It's probably the oldest brush that I own. I'm going to dip into Alfresco, which was the very first shade that we used from the Morphe palette, just to coat right under the brow. Now, the color story does not have anything very bright for under the brow bone, but I'm going to go ahead and add something kind of brighter. And I'm going to use a Morphe E35, and I'm going to dip into, let's see, we'll do something that still kind of matches that Alfresco color, just to kind of stay in the same theme of those colors, because I like to try to stay as close to the colors that are in the Color Collab. So I'm going to use Avocado in the BH Cosmetics Avocado Toast palette, and I'm going to use that just under the brow bone. Okay, now let's dust this powder off and finish the bottom of the eye. Okay, I have this ColourPop cream gel liner in Fast Lane, and I'm going to apply that into the waterline. Let's see if I can do this in the view of the camera. Now, continuing on again with the BH Cosmetics Avocado Toast. I feel like I have to look at it every time. It's Avocado Toast. Like, how do you forget it's Avocado Toast? Okay, my Morphe M210 into Guac. And then dipping back into Ripe. Okay, and just because I want to add a little bit more of this blue color, because I really do like it, the ColourPop Ibiza color. I'm dipping into a Morphe E36 to pick up a little bit of that blue, and I'm going to put a little bit in the inner part right here. Just a little extra pop there, because I love this color. And now I need my little tiny, I think it's my E35. Yes, and dipping back into Avocado. And there we go. Let me finish up my face, and I'll be right back. And there you have the finished look. I am so very grateful that Kim is my friend and that I've had the opportunity to meet her on social media. Kim is the reason that I got back into makeup. So a few years ago, I had a really bad I was in a really bad place, we'll say that. And I was in a deep depression, and I stopped doing all things. And makeup, which I love, I just couldn't do anymore. And I had started a YouTube channel, and I was a few weeks in, and I stopped everything. And about a year later, a little less than a year, somehow Kim sent a message to ask if I wanted to be in her color collab. And I did. And I did several looks for a few months, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I loved how it would get me out of my comfort zone, and it had me playing with different palettes and different colors. And, you know, it just got me back into makeup again. And so I'm forever grateful to her and her color collab and all the women and men and whoever is part of the color collab, and, you know, the community that has created. So here is my look. Now, admittedly, I'm probably not gonna do a color collab every single week. I just don't have the time anymore to do that. But I feel like I'd like to try to do maybe once a month and kind of take you behind the scenes with me on what look I created and how I created it. Now I know by the time the color collab goes up, this video won't go up ever before the color collab. So the color collab will go up on Instagram, and then eventually my video will go up on how I created my look. Kim's Instagram will be linked down below, so you can go find her on Instagram. You can add her as a friend and follow all the color collabs that come out every week. They're all beautiful, they're all amazing, and it's fun to see all the unique things that come out of it. So her beach one, I just couldn't resist. I love the beach. So here is my beachy eye look, and I even wore a teal kind of shirt to go along with this look because I was anticipating a blue-green look. So if you're not already subscribed to my channel, now would be the time to do so. Also, like this video and share it with your friends and come back to see me. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me today. We'll see you on the next one.